Oh hi, it's you guys. Hello everybody. Welcome back to Willie's American Guitars. We've been getting a lot of cool stuff in. Those of you who are paying attention to the website, there is a lot of really fun stuff that has come in, and that includes two really cool items. Both of these, like this is a Bandmaster and this is a Bassman. That's a 1964. I'm pretty sure this is 1965. I could be wrong. Maybe it's a 66. Doesn't matter. It won't get in the way of our little talk here. I love when we have these chats. The Bandmaster had speed and intensity. It had tremolo, right? So when you plugged into the vibrato channel, you had tremolo, and yet the Bassman was more money. People ask me a lot, why would the Bassman be more money if that's offering that extra circuit? And the answer is the transformers in the Bassman were bigger, and the speakers in the speaker cabinet were bigger. Now, mind you, all of these pre-CBS instruments up till about 71, 72 had solid pine cabinets. And if you look back at some of our other videos, you'll see we take the back off and we're showing that. The reason that's important is two things. One, solid pine is lighter weight than plywood. Plywood is mostly glue. To put all those plies together, it's all glue. You pick up a bucket of glue, you get the idea. Pine also resonates. That's your other thing. The pine cabinetry will actually resonate far enough back that your bass player can hear you, your drummer can hear you on these cabinets. The reason people want these cabinets is for the added bass response. Now, first off, I'm going to go through this white Bandmaster. This is 1964. We sent the amp through the shop. We always send our used gear through the shop to make sure it functions and you can take it and play it. And then this cabinet actually had some dumb speaker in it. Somebody blew one of the speakers. So it's one original speaker and one 74 Fender speaker. They match, the impedance is correct. We're pretty careful about stuff like that, and we want you to be proud of what you own. Then notice the tilt back legs. This is something that I think a lot of people forget about. That tilt back leg thing lets you send it out. Now, there's also a 1964 Reverb unit for those of you guys that love Reverb. I'm playing through a 1964 ES-335 with factory original Bigsby. This has the big neck and the nickel hardware. Fender really wanted distortion-free performance out of this. That's what they were looking for, but these old tube amps run the tubes really hot, much hotter than current made yesterday Fenders. We get a lot of comments from our repair facility that say a lot of the new reissues run the tubes kind of cold. And this is because, you know, they don't want to burn up the tubes, they don't want to keep dealing with warranty, so they'll actually run their tubes kind of cold. Not so with the old ones. This is a high rev engine here. Take off a little bit of that treble. Take off the bright switch. are always 45 watts. Honestly, Bandmaster, Bassman, Super Reverb, Pro Reverb, they're all kind of the same circuit. It's two 6v6 tubes. They all put it about 45 watts. The Super Reverb is wired down to 2 ohms, and that's why it's louder, but they're all basically the same circuit. Some they add some tremolo to, and some, like the Bassman, is probably the simplest of this Fender circuit. I am going to plug in the Bassman so you can hear the difference, but I'm going to do this and unplug the reverb because I don't like reverb. So this is an original Bassman. This has the original Jensen speakers in it. That's kind of a rare find. Honestly, after all these years, most of these things blew up. I mean, they blew the speakers out just because people abused it. In the days in the 70s and 80s, a lot of guys using super high gain and turning the amps to 10, and the speakers will eventually go. These speakers, though, are matched perfectly to this. They're original Jensen speakers. This is a 45 watt chassis. You've got a normal channel and a bass channel. The bass channel really works well for bass. The normal channel is a legendary guitar amp. It's funny because most people think of a Bassman head as a guitar amp, but it's called Bassman. Yeah. Here. Turn off the bright switch, turn this down on the treble. For me, if you want that clean, fat, buttery bottom end sound, the Bandmaster is a great amp, and that tremolo is a useful, tube tremolo is a useful thing. But the Bassman is really got the growl, and a lot of that is the transformer. You do have heavier duty speakers in here. This is a rare find, really, a completely straight, undivided amplifier. These cabinets go for a lot of money because they're really hard to replicate. Go to your local speaker place and ask them to build you a cabinet out of solid pine. No, wait. Ask you to build you a cabinet out of 50-year-old solid pine, aged pine, and then put original speakers in there. You'll find this is really quite a deal. And everything Fender made, from the Showman head down to the lowly Princeton Reverb, was all point-to-point wiring. Unlike today, where Fender is trying to sell to a lot of students, student-grade instruments, that's their main focus in their advertising, these were always built for pros, period. And Fender studied what pros needed. Bulletproof construction, being able to load it in and out of the truck, and lightweight, and then projection too. Again, I'm going to play this with the neck pickup on. Bassman amplifiers are a legendary guitar amplifier. Marshall copied Fender. Everyone eventually copied Fender. Fender blackface stuff is the coin of the realm. So there you go. We got a really nice early Bandmaster. We've got a really nice, sold separately, 64 Reverb. These are both 64. Early 64, that's the last year for the white Tolex, the wheat colored grill, and this is a matching head and cabinet. They were born and raised together, and they should stay together. We also have other individual heads, an individual cabinet. We've got this gorgeous Schroman head. We just got in this Fender Electric Princeton, which is worthy of another video. However, for now, you guys are busy. I'm gonna let you go, and we'll see you back here soon. Call us, make an appointment, come in, see this.